PIMENTEL.com here with Richard Schaffer. Richard, another great promotion, 2 months back-to-back, Abner Mares versus Leo Santa Cruz, and now Robert Easter versus Mikey Garcia. Just your thoughts overall on Ringstar, the promotion, how everything's been going, and the last 2 performances you've had here at the Staples Center.
Great nights for boxing here at Staples Center, and you know, somehow Staples Center always brings out the best in fights and fighters. Great atmosphere here. We had a fantastic crowd for Mares and Santa Cruz, and even a slightly better one, bigger one here. Mikey Garcia is the new star here at Staples Center, next to LeBron James. So I think there are going to be many more Mikey Garcia fights here at Staples Center. Los Angeles can be proud. Los Angeles does has yet again the #1 pound-for-pound fighter in the world, a fighter who makes other champions, undefeated champions like Robert Easter Jr. look ordinary.
Now, he's talking about his next fight, moving to Las Vegas against probably the most dangerous welterweight out there right now, Errol Spence. Talk to us about the bravery of a 135-pound, 140-pound champion taking the risk and trying to move up versus what most people believe to be the most dangerous welterweight.
Dare to be great. That's all I can say. Dare to be great. Very few athletes, very few fighters really challenge themselves in a way Mikey Garcia wants to challenge himself. And I know his father, his brother, me, we tried to talk him out of it, but he is absolute, his mindset is clear. He wants to fight Robert Easter Jr., he wants to fight Errol Spence before the end the year is over, and he is the boss.
Again, you stated he is the boss, he is his own boss. What do you have to do to deliver that fight for fight fans?
Well, you know, I had a chance tonight. He was sitting ringside, Errol Spence, and I had a chance to chat to him a little bit. He wants to fight as well, and Mikey wants to fight, and both of them share the same advisor with Al Heyman. So it's a matter of sitting down and see that we can get that fight done. But usually, when you have 2 fighters who really want to fight, you know, fights get made. Usually fights don't get made if one of the fighters doesn't really want it.
Now, you stated you want that fight to be on pay-per-view. PBC has obviously somewhat deleted the pay-per-view model out of boxing at the moment, but for a PBC fight to be made and going to pay-per-view, how does that work?
Well, you know, I think there are different layers of fights, and while you know you try to put as many fights as possible on free over-the-air or premium subscription, whether it's to Showtime or an HBO or whatever it is, but there are certain the absolute elite level of fights which you need to first and foremost look out for the fighters as well, you know, and fight fans have to understand that. I mean, these athletes, these boxers, have a very short span on during which they can fight. And as a promoter, we have an obligation to make for those fighters the most money. If that means it's pay-per-view, well, then it's pay-per-view. But again, it should only be the absolute elite level matchups. And Errol Spence and Mikey Garcia certainly qualifies for that. There is, in my opinion, it's the #1 and #2 pound-for-pound fighters in the world. Some might not agree with me, but I think everybody, any boxing fan, any boxing critic would agree with me that Errol Spence and Mikey Garcia are among the top 5 pay-per-view stars. And if you have 2 of the top 5 pay-per-view stars fighting each other, dare to be great, that is a pay-per-view. And you know what? I might even call it Dare to be Great.
Ultimately, finally, what could the fans expect from Ringstar coming up in the later part of the year?
Well, you know, I want to keep on building Los Angeles. Los Angeles is my town, is my hometown. I love the Staples Center. It's the best venue in the United States. Unfortunately, with it, it's the busiest building in the United States as well, so it's very difficult to get dates. But I want to keep building here in Los Angeles, in Staples Center. But I want to go to some of the outlying areas as well, the Stocktons and the Fresnos, and in the case of the Balderas brothers, which both were on the card tonight and looked spectacular. I want to go to Santa Maria and do something with them there as well, because I believe the whole town will show up to cheer on the 2 brothers.
I thank you for your time, Richard.
Thank you.
And it's Michelle Joy Phelps. If you haven't already subscribed to our YouTube channel, make sure you go and do so by clicking this icon right here and hit the bell button so you can get notified every time we upload a new video.